WolfGxngDon, never lacking. 2K bills to the fraction, breaking it down to the pound, puts news and views on tips to get you cracking. It don't stop till we on top, boy, brick by brick, we gotta build. Give a like and drop a sub, this WolfGxngDon, you know it's real. Never chill, sauce it up, we stacking, getting bills. Peep the traction, getting badges, 2K champ, this how it feels. This the dawn, yeah, running it up, no time to play. You know what's on, yeah, the greatest builds inside 2K.
Today, we will be making a mid-range assassin. I'm talking about MVP candidate, or at least in the running for it, Demar Derozan, man. One of the best mid-range shooters that we've seen in the game in a long time. So make sure you watch the video all the way through, man. We're going to get right into this build. So with this build, we will be going with a 6'7" height. So this is one of those big body builds. Only 180 pounds with the weight, so we're going minimum with that. And then for the wingspan, we are going with a 6'10" wingspan, man. I did drop it a little bit from the default just in order to get a little more shooting on this build. Remember, this is going to be a post-scoring type build, and with the body shape, that is completely up to you. But for the purpose of the video, we are going with build. Now we're going to start getting into the finishing attributes on this build. So first things first, we're going with a 79 close shot, man. You know Demar Derozan is crazy on the interior. He pretty much has a complete game, man. So what we're going to do is go ahead and do a 79 with the close shot. You see all those badges we're starting to get. We already got fast switch, grace under pressure, hook specialist, pro touch. You know what I'm saying? We're getting kind of crazy already, man. And now for the driving layup, we will be going with an 80. 80 does unlock some of those nice layup animations. You get fearless finisher already. You get slithery, you get teardropper in Hall of Fame. So just so you can make sure that this build is nice and versatile, man. So all right, with the driving dunk, we will want some of those contacts. So we already gonna go ahead and put that driving dunk up to an 84. Make sure when you make that driving dunk at 84, you're already thinking about in the back of your head that you will need some vert on this build. Now for the standing dunk, we want some of that too. Now this build will be very finish dominant. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna have a lot of finishing, and can't be Demar Derozan without some of that post control, man, because we need to be able to hit those post fades on people, man. We're going crazy in the mid-range with this build, and that's what makes this build so different than a lot of the other builds you'll be playing out there. You are going to be able to dominate a lot of those supposed locks because they don't have interior defense. They won't be able to really mess with you down in the low post. It's something to think about when making this build. Now it is time for my favorite part of this build, the mid-range shooting, man. The mid-range shooting on this build is a 91, which is plenty of shooting, and I think this is how it gets the comparison to Demar Derozan because it is such a good mid-range shooter, and it will be a good three-point shooter as well. You know, Demar can knock it down from pretty much anywhere. Over the past couple years, his three-point shooting has definitely increased, and with this build, we can go with an 84, and that does get you a lot of nice shooting badges. Look over there, you get the blinders, the catch and shoot. You got difficult shots on gold. Deadeye's only on silver, but that's not too much of an issue. We do have Hot Zone Hunter on gold, which is, I think, the highest you'll probably need it. I do like to put it on different levels for myself, but I don't think you need it higher than gold. And then you have post fade ace, or whatever that's called. Let's take a look at the badge. The badge is called fade ace. You got fade ace on Hall of Fame, man. Definitely make the build something special, and we cannot forget about the free throw. You do not want to be in the wreck losing games at the free throw line, man. They call free throws. They free for a reason. Now time to move on to the actual playmaking on this build, man. You always want to make sure you have decent playmaking. You do not want to be throwing Stevies out there or accidentally throwing Stevies. They might be good passes, but if your pass accuracy is not high enough, when I say high enough, I mean 85, you will be out there messing up, man. Do not be a liability to your team. Make sure you put that thing up to an 85 to get that bullet passer on gold. Now time for the ball handle. You do want to have pro dribble moves on this build if you wanted to be kind of like Demar Derozan. He can handle the ball very well, and you want to make this build be able to do the same. So with that, we're putting it up to an 80, man. We want those pro dribble moves for sure. Now, all right, time for the speed with ball. We unfortunately with this build, you can't only get it up to silver. Quick first step, but I think that'll be more than enough to play against a lot of these other small forward / power forwards. This build could get stuck at the power forward. Well, with that being said, man, now it's time to move on to the defense. I do want to make this build a little different than a typical build because with the interior defense, we actually will be giving them a little something, man. We're going to put that on 56. It's going to give you just a little bit of something so you can kind of fight back against all of those slashers. The interior defense is definitely going to help you out there. Now for the perimeter defense, we will be putting that up to an 85. Demar is definitely one of those players that can play defense on the perimeter. For the steal, we're going with an 84, which is, you know, decent. We're not really going to try to play straight passing lanes in this. We will be trying to play a little bit of on ball, but you will still be able to play the passing lanes just a little bit. Now for the block, we're going with a 58 because we want that chase down artist. Make sure you get that on the build. You get a bronze rim protector as well. You definitely get that intimidator. And I know the badge number on that defense isn't very good, but I have an extra 7 badges. If you want me to make a different build with more defense, all I would have to do is take a little bit from the mid-range and maybe take a little bit from maybe the steal or the perimeter defense in order to just give it a little bit more badges. Or you can do what I did, take down the interior, put that on defensive rebounding, and you see it gets you more badges right there. But on this build, I wanted to make sure I could play a little bit of interior defense. That's why I kept it right where it's at. Now for the physicals, man, and also if you change this up, you do not get Demar Derozan anymore, unfortunately. And I definitely wanted a #1 shades of to be Demar. Now, all right, with the physicals, man, we will not skimp on the physicals. We never do. We want an 82 for the speed, an 80 for the acceleration. For the strength, we're gonna max that out. I understand it's only a 47, but a 47 is better than a 25, my boy. So make sure you put that strength on it. The vertical, we're gonna take it down 1 to a 75, and then we're gonna put the rest on stamina, man. You can't be gassed on these builds out here. You gotta be able to rip and run with all these little guards you'll most likely be guarding. Now, the final badge count on the build is 26 finishing, which is more than enough. This build is gonna be like a post-scoring mid-range assassin. Like if I had to create a build name, I'd say probably like post-scoring assassin or something like that. 29 for the shooting badges, 25 for the playmaking, and 12 for the defense. But remember, I got those extra 7, so I'll probably be putting them all right there. Now for the takeovers, this is what I wanted to do to make it kind of close to Demar Derozan. I definitely got post shot daggers. I love that badge. I actually used it on one of my centers. I liked it a lot, but let me show you all the takeovers that this build does get. You get shot creating, sharp shooting, lockdown, and post shooting takeovers, man. But I went with post shooting takeover and post shot daggers, you know what I'm saying? It comes out as a 2-way sharpshooter. Shades of, like I said, Demar Derozan, Brandon Ingram, and Kawhi Leonard. Now stick around in the video, man. I'm gonna make sure I show y'all some of the badges that I will put on this build to make it the best build possible, man. Now, all right, man, we're gonna roll straight into these finishing badges, man. One thing that I wanna make sure that you put on this build is Dream Shake, man. That will definitely help you get those stuns. I don't know if you've ever used Dream Shake, but when you do the moves, you get stunned sometimes when you do the little Dream Shake and you actually go for the fade. It gives you stuns. You want to get the back down punisher to make sure you get to your favorite spots on the court when you're backing the player down. Posterizer, just because we do actually have those contact dunks. And then unstrippable to kind of help you on those spins. Slithery, you know, that goes without saying. Limitless takeoff, of course. And post spins, like I said, you will be using that quite a bit. And the post spin badge itself does help with strips. But I wanted to put unstrippable on as well, just to make sure that you're not getting, you know, not getting taken down there in the post. Now, all right, for the shooting, all of these things will help you out for sure. Blinders, definitely something you're gonna need because you will be taking a lot of post fades. Some of them are gonna be contested. Difficult shots to hit those middies with regularity, man. You wanna make sure that you can hit them at pretty much any time. Sniper, does not even have to be explained. Catch and shoot, because this build does still need to be useful when you don't have the ball in your hand, you're not in an ISO type situation. Fade ace, because we're gonna be doing a lot of fades on this build. Slippery off ball and dead eye help with all of that as well. Now for the playmaking, we are kind of versatile. One thing that I want to point out that I changed about a lot of my other builds that I'm like going back and looking at, glue hands, I do not feel like you need it that much. 2K2's recently dropped a video about glue hands, and it pretty much helps you transition from one animation to the next. And the thing for shooting is just very small to me. I put glue hands on bronze, and honestly, I probably don't need the badge at all. Bailout just to save you from, sometimes people might help on those post fades. You want to get out of that shot. Bullet passer, that's a must-have. Quick first step, unpluckable, that goes without saying. Space creator to kind of help you on those middies, because a lot of times to set up the midi, this is what I do. I'll like be out of the 3-point line, doing my dribble thing, you know, doing everything I need to do. Hit a step back, boom, go. And that's definitely where a quick first step comes in. Space Creator help you out a lot. Getting a little bit of stuns downhill because this build will be down the court. You know what I'm saying? You want to get out on the break. This build can do it all. It can shoot, it can dunk. So make sure you're getting out on the court because you are a versatile part of the offense and you'll be very useful. Post Playmaker, that's because we're going to be posting up. We're going to be trying to get them post fades. And when you pass out of them, that's going to give your team a little shooting bonus. Now for the defense, I only put a little bit on here because like I said, I have 7 additional badges. There's a few things I would add to this to make this build a little bit better of a defender. But this is what I have right here. Chase down artists help you get a lot of those shots that people think are about to be cool. They think it's sweet down there in the paint till you come through and block that thing. Rim Protector help you get a little bit of takeover off that, you know, kind of like help you get better blocked shots, animations. Intimidator to affect those jump shots on the perimeter. Clamson and Interceptor, you already know what those are for. But yeah, I'll catch y'all boys in the next one, man. It's your boy Don, and I'm up out of here. Make sure you hit that like and you subscribe to the channel, man. I got so many bangers coming in the future. But yeah, I'll catch y'all boys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.
Piling paper, got them talking nice to me. Down the bottle, it be going right through me. Brown baby, down to take a flight to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me. Piling paper, got them talking nice to me. Guess that's why